Simpson.
You got Simpson? Okay. So we should have one, you should have Lemieux, a mailing receipt?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Put that in the mailing receipt, and you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bob, would you let us know when you're ready, please? You are recording?
Okay,
Oh, okay.
all right.
We opened the meeting at 6:30. In open session, we went immediately into executive session for reason number 3. We adjourned our executive session at 7 o'clock and went immediately back into open session.
Citizens participation.
And, yes, and Mr. Tropiano has been elected clerk for the evening, as we are missing 2 of our selectmen. Citizens' participation.
Anybody here?
Anybody here to speak to us? No.
Appointment of poll worker?
No. Announcements?
We have an appointment for a poll worker. I move we appoint Janet Jones, 30 Bay Street, Wareham, Massachusetts, to a term as an election poll worker for the town of Wareham, to a term to expire no later than June 30th, 2017.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Tropiano, seconded by Mrs. Scarsiotti. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstaining, it is unanimous. Do you have
Do you want to do announcements?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, announcements. I got one, let's see. Could you please put this in announcement folder? All right, Coast Sweep 2016. Don't Trash Wareham's Coast Sweep Beach Cleanup takes place from 10 a.m. to noontime on the following dates. Swift's Beach and Swift's Neck, Saturday, September 17th, rain date 9/18. Little Harbor Beach, Saturday, September 24th, rain date 9/25. Onset and Shell Point Beach, Saturday, October 1, and rain date 2010-2. Okay? All right, so, look, this is getting, they're really working hard at this, and some people are really getting frustrated. I hear some frustration because we keep doing all this work to clean everything up, and people just keep trashing it. I happened to go down Main Street the other day, and I'm driving down Main Street, and there wasn't a lot of cars parked, and there's a lot of trash on that road that people just threw out the window. Now, I know it's a holiday weekend's gone by, and I know the tourists were here and all that kind of stuff, but look, folks, we got to stop this. We got to get this thing cleaned up. The other thing is the businesses down there, they're going to have to help us a little bit and get out and clean up some of that stuff along the sidewalk. If you go to Europe, the businesses come out, they literally wash the sidewalks, they clean everything, they take care of all that stuff out in front of their place. And I think I'm asking them to do that for us, okay?
Yep.
Just so that, you want what?
To sign.
Oh, yeah. You want to sign that? Okay, go ahead. All right, next up, what do we got? Press release.
Wait. Do
Okay.
you have any announcements, Mrs. Scarsiotti? I have one. The tryouts for the play, the Mad Tea Party, are going to be held this Saturday in the Wareham Public Library from 11 to 12. If you cannot make that date, please email volunteers at the library, and I'll get back to you, and you'll be all set. Thank you very much. The play is October 21st. Don't miss it.
Well, that was my notice. That was my last one. So
Oh,
you're
okay,
good.
sorry.
You covered it. It's good. All right, can we do a request for liquor licenses?
Yes, please.
All right, first one up. I have, this is from the VFW, Onset VFW Pavilion, 4 Gibbs Ball Park Road, Onset, Massachusetts. And they're looking for 2 events. One of them is a wedding to be held, make sure I got the right one here because it's not on the front page. Yeah, a wedding that's going to be held in the pavilion on September 24th, 2016, from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m., and they're looking for all alcoholic license.
May I?
I move we grant that license.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Tropiano, seconded by Mrs. Scarsiotti to grant the license for September 24th, 2016. All those in favor? Did I say that?
Yeah,
People have me
that's okay.
whacked
You're doing
today.
fine. Oh.
Okay, so, do you have another one?
Uh,
Oh, the really good news is that we, as a board, have decided that we don't need to see you when you do this unless there's a different,
Unless there's something
unless there's something
unusual.
unusual. So we're going to be talking with Mrs. Wilson, and, you know, as long as the paperwork is all set, you don't need to come and see us. You can come and see us anytime. We'd love to see you, but we're trying to make life easy, I think.
She'll let us know if we should come.
Yeah.
Yes, if you need to come, if there's if something unusual.
All right, I move we approve a special license under Chapter 138, Section 14 for Onset VFW Pavilion, 4 Gibbs Ballpark Road, Onset, for an all-alcoholic license for the day of September 18th, 2016, from noon to 8 p.m., and that's for a charity event.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Tropiano, seconded by Mr. Scarsiotti. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, it is unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That worked. Is there any other town business? Anybody get any special town business the last 24 hours? No? Okay.
I do want to say that the signs that you're seeing from the Buzzards Bay Coalition were permitted on January 5th of this year. They asked for them at that time, so those signs are there legally.
Derek, I have 5 minutes for you to kill if you want to start your report.
I actually,
You're going to need more?
no, I'm going to need a lot less.
Okay.
I've been gone since last Thursday, so.
Oh, yeah?
it's
Oh,
holiday
well, so you
weekend.
got not much to say about anything, huh?
So I'd let you go early.
All right.
Miss-
All right, so we need to kill about 5 minutes here, folks,
For the,
for the hearing, yeah.
We didn't put this on the agenda to okay, so it needs to go on. Or can we do the same?
I don't know what you're talking
Huh?
about. No, you
No,
can't do
I
that.
think
We
not.
didn't have it.
Okay, the play
Can't we-
is,
Quorum.
the play is are these copies? The play is a spoof on Alice in Wonderland, and Alice does not appear in the play. People like Michael Carlozzi is volunteered to be the Mad Hatter. Michael is our new librarian. The play is going to be held at the Redmond Hall, and the capacity for that hall is 175 people. So that means that we can sell about 150 tickets. So I would advise you to get them early, because this one is really going to be, it's very different. It's not a murder mystery, it's a spoof. October 21st, 7 o'clock, which is a Friday night, at the Redmond Hall, because we simply have run out of space for doing it in the library. If you cannot make the tryouts, and I've had a couple of people tell me that they're not available this Saturday, that's fine. Let me know and we'll go from there.
Liaison reports. We can-
Liaison reports. Do we have any liaison
I
reports?
have one. Did
Mr.
I?
Yes.
I went to the sewer meeting for the outfall.
Oh,
Pipe. We met at the Maritime Academy, which is where the outfall pipes, yes. Did I talk about it last week?
You did.
Well, I've got to kill some time, so I'm going to mention it again.
Talk about the homeless one.
Oh, okay, I'll tell you what, I went to a homeless meeting, we'll do that one, okay?
With me.
All right, so I went to a meeting, and Father Bills is part of it, as well as the Affordable Housing Trust. And there's a piece of land that's going to be coming before town meeting that they want to, Affordable Trust wants to get a hold of the land. And it's really nice because it's all along the river, and it's really good, but there's a house, a multifamily house in there, and they want to turn it into a 6-unit apartment building for homeless individuals, or people what they call at risk. Now, the nice thing about this is that because it's in Father Bill's realm and in their control, which they have many of these across the state, it will be, have a lot of services involved. So these people won't be just moving in and it's sort of a regular thing like you and I. Although they'll have an apartment, they'll be able to get a job because they'll have an address and all those kinds of things. They will have support services for whatever they need, whether it's an addiction issue, whether it's, mental health issues, whatever the issues are, they'll have support services. And they often keep somebody on staff there for a while in the beginning to get things going, and then there's somebody there constantly. So it won't be just, it's what these people need, believe it. I know some of these individuals that are out there, and they can never get off the street without help. And what I mean by that is they can't, there's no way for them. They're indoctrinated into a system, they're indoctrinated into what they've learned to try to survive, and it's impossible for them to get out of there without somebody giving them some mental health backup and so on and so forth. And this is going to be a good thing for them. And Father Bill's is really terrific. They've got a bunch of these around. I mean, I wish I had the brochure. I forgot to bring it. But I'll bring it next week and pass it around so everybody can see it. There's lots and lots of these houses, and they fit into the community so well that you virtually don't even know they're there.
The other component of this is the Wareham Land Trust, because ultimately, the land trust is going to be taking, what is it, 6 acres? Control of all.
8 acres.
8 acres, which is adjacent to the Westgate property. So there'll be a corridor connecting.
Go through, yeah.
Yeah, some of the conservation properties in town. For those people who think that I don't want it in my backyard, that house exists today as an apartment building. So it's not a change of use, it is a change of ownership. And I think we really talked about that a lot in the meeting. You can't ignore a problem. Well, you can, but it doesn't go away if you ignore it. And I think this is a very innovative way. The Housing Trust is going to be contributing $100,000. Father Bill's will be able to get grants for the property improvement. Makes sense certainly to me as an individual and certainly to me as a selectman.
All right. Okay, we've got a hearing
Yes, we do.
scheduled. After hearing and notice, according with Chapter 148 of the Massachusetts General Laws, I'd like to open a motion to open a public hearing for the owner of the land, Fatty, how do you say the last name? Hanen. The address is located for the property, it's not even on there.
2238 Cranberry
It's-
Highway.
Well, it has a P.O. box, there it is. 2238 Cranberry Highway, West Wareham, and he's looking for an increase in underground fuel storage. And I believe you have 18,000 now?
You need to open the hearing.
24 you have now?
24, yes.
And you're going to increase to 25?
Yes.
So,
We need to open the hearing.
so I move we open the hearing.
May I? Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, come on.
May I have a second to his motion to open the hearing?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Tropiano, seconded by Mr. Scarsiotti to open the hearing. Good evening. Would you identify yourselves for the record? Oh, yeah. Whiteside, yes.
Tropiano, yes.
Scarsiotti, yes.
Yes,
Sorry.
hearing's open. Okay.
And would you identify yourselves for the record and spell your names, please?
Andrea McKnight on behalf of Bello and Bello, and we represent Speedy Mart. Andrea McKnight, McKnight.
Thank you.
Fadi Hanan, owner of 2238 Cranberry Highway, spelling Fadi, first name, last name Heneine.
Thank you.
So this is an increase of only 1,000 gallons?
Yes.
Correct.
So- And a reconfiguration of the tanks, basically.
That's correct. Essentially, what we're here for tonight is that Speedy Mart is looking to take the storage tanks out of the ground. They're older. They want to replace them with new storage units. The underground tanks at the current moment are old enough that they store kerosene in them, something that's not even sold at gas stations anymore. So essentially what they're gonna do is they're gonna pull out the old tanks, replace them in the same exact spot with new tanks, and they're gonna take the 4 pumps that exist on the property and they're gonna replace them with new pumps. The license that is currently issued by the state is what they're looking, this 1,000 gallon increase still falls within the realm of the license. They are seeking 5,000 gallons of diesel, 4,000 gallons of diesel. The license allows for 5,000. They want 15,000 gallons of regular unleaded gas. The license permits 18,000. And the super, the license calls for 6,000. They are seeking the 6,000. So we're still within the confines of the license, but we're here today just to make sure that when construction starts and we start this work, that we're not gonna run into any problems. We wanna just make sure everybody's on the same page.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, Mrs. Scasiotti? Mr. Tropiano?
Public hearing, so ask for anybody.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of the application? Mr. Gerald Barrows goes on record as being in favor. Is there anyone here who is speaking against this application? I hear none.
Move we close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion made to close the hearing made by Mr. Tropiano, seconded by Mrs. Scasiotti. All those in favor? Aye. Whiteside, yes.
I make a motion that we approve.
Can we vote?
Oh, you have something you want to say?
No. We voted. Oh, God.
I got to
it
make
me?
a motion first.
I thought he did.
Did we make a motion to close the hearing?
Yeah.
Did we vote?
Yeah.
No?
No,
Oh.
I'm voting. That's why I
Oh,
said
sorry.
Whiteside, yes.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I
No,
was thinking.
well, you and I are on the same page.
yeah, okay.
Confused.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So all those in favor say yes,
No.
aye, and then yes, because it's a roll call.
Ms. Whiteside, yes.
Yes.
Mr. Tropiano, yes.
Scasiotti, yes.
There we go. All right, now I make the motion.
Thank
I
you.
make a motion after hearing that in accordance with Chapter 148 of the Massachusetts General Laws, a license is hereby granted to use the land hereon described for the purposes described, and that includes the increase of 1,000 gallons in fuel underground storage capacity for Fade Henny. Oh, boy, that was not too bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
Sounds
Yes, 2238 Cranberry Highway, West Wareham, Massachusetts. I believe it's called Speedy Mart, Inc.
Correct.
All right? That's my motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Tropiano, seconded by Mr. Scasiotti to grant the licenses made in the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, it is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other business to come before this board?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning, say
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Very nice.
Good night, Wareham.
Thank you.